All right, let's get into the news and notes for today.
News and notes from around the league.
All righty, pretty bad news. Cameron Wake down with the Achilles last night.
And Cameron Wake was kind of featured on our mailbag show. Coincidence?
He was?
Well, we talked about him with our good friend of the show, Chris Harris. We were talking about.
I mean, this is just
Cameron
sad. It's sad, and we got 2 Achilles injuries in the last, week, I guess.
Yeah,
and
but brutal loss for the Dolphins.
Yeah, just a terrible night overall for the Dolphins. Let's see. What else do I want to mention here? Adrian Peterson did not practice for a second straight day on Thursday. What's the expectation with him?
I think he's still going to play.
Yeah,
I would assume so.
That's the assessment. I'm trying to see if there's any big news here
that is not injury
related. Cecil Shorts is out.
Nasty.
Which broke earlier.
Nasty Nate. What
do you think about Nate Washington?
As we talked about Robert Woods last week, Nasty Nate is in that category. Clearly the opportunity is not as great because he's not the number one. DeAndre Hopkins is still the number one in the offense, but Nasty Nate's been getting nasty targets weekly, and so I think
he's only been back for 1 week.
Through every game he's played, he's had
Sure.
a decent amount of targets.
Sure.
So moving forward, if you're like, oh crap, I need a wide receiver, Nate Washington, man, he's probably on your wire.
He is almost certainly on your wire.
Yeah, no, he's a great pickup. He might have got picked up this week. When you get 2 touchdowns, you probably got picked up in waivers, or at least you might have. So basically, we're gonna walk through here each position. I'm gonna give you the name. You guys let me know if you think they're playing this week. Maybe give me a sentence about how they're doing, or let me know what you know about their situation if it's kind of up in the air. So let's go ahead and do that.
What's it gonna be, McFly? Are you in or out?
Okay, I can't help but ask Mike the question first, though, if it's McFly. So Marcus Mariota, what's the expectation?
So
in or out?
So it's the knee injury, and he's been practicing. I think he's in.
Jason?
I believe he is foolishly in.
Josh McCown.
Oh, he's gonna play because he's a tough guy.
He really is tough. I believe
So you're
that.
in as well?
I am in as well.
All right, Big Ben, in or out?
Oh, it's a good day to be an Antonio Brown owner when Ben Roethlisberger returns.
He's
in.
In. All right, running backs. Let's go through these. Carlos Hyde.
If you can call what he's been doing in, then that's what he's going to keep doing.
Ouch, low blow, but definitely in.
All right, James Starks.
In.
Yep.
It wasn't sounding good earlier, but I think he's in.
That's bad news for Eddie Lacy owners, I think.
Joey Randle.
Joseph Randle out.
Yeah, Joseph Randle out this week and probably out in a few weeks.
All right, I got a bunch of wide receivers for you. Emmanuel Sanders.
In.
Steve Smith.
Steve Smith, if you didn't know, he tweaked his knee in practice, but he's going to be in.
He's a tough guy. In.
John Brown.
I'm saying out. If he's in, he's going to be limited. They're not going to put him on all the deep passes, but that's a tough call. What do you think, Mike?
I think he's going to be out with the Cardinals bye week coming up. So
Michael
Floyd alert.
Michael Floyd. Eric Decker.
In.
He always. If Eric Decker doesn't have something torn, I'm always going to say he's in.
Devontae Adams.
In.
Dez Bryant.
This is the big one. I'm still not convinced.
I'm going to say
out.
I'm going to say in. But if he's in, I've heard different opinions here. If he's in, he's Dez Bryant. You have to play him. I
agree.
But
you
disagree.
guys both think that?
No.
I don't agree with that.
Here's the deal. Like, there's not very many guys.
Nate Washington
or
Dez Bryant
I feel like you still have to play Dez Bryant.
Mike Evans or Dez Bryant.
Oh, Mike Evans is top guy this week. But Nate Washington is a good example. I think if we're at that tier, I would roll with the
Dez.
upside of
I'd play
Dez.
Dez.
But it's a bad matchup too. They're playing Seattle.
All right, in or out, Vincent Jackson.
Out.
In or out, Anquan Boldin.
I think he's in.
He's tough.
All right. And then the only tight end of note to kind of monitor, two of them. Antonio Gates.
Out.
And then Austin Seferian Jenkins.
I think he's out.
Out.
All right, that does it for the in and out today.